was just pondering and all of that, you hear me? I'm just talking to my subconscious and all of that, you hear me? Yeah, I know everybody be thinking I be crazy and stuff like that because I talk to myself, but even Einstein talk to himself all crazy. I mean, all smart people talk to themselves, that's what they say anyway, but anyway. Yeah, like when people be sending you cash apps and Zelle and et cetera, you hear me? Like when people be sending you money and stuff like that, they not doing nothing but sending you an emotion, you hear me? Like, they sending you a feeling, you hear me? And that's why I had to detach my mind, not my emotions, from the realm of reality, you hear me? Because at the end of the day, that's what the 1% do, you hear me? The 1% is like, people do that unconsciously, though. I ain't talking about the 1% people who rule the world, you hear me? I mean, they knowing what they doing. That's why money doesn't exist, you hear me? Like, people really worried about the physical money when it's all about the digital money, just like people worried about the physical self when it's all about the digital self, you hear me? But anyway, back to what I'm saying, like, people be sending you money and shit like that, you hear me? They be playing with your emotions at the same time. Like you ever had somebody that owe you money and they know they owe you money, and when you get around and be acting all weird and shit like that, you hear me? And then when they send it to you, you be happy, and sometimes you don't even be happy because you're like, man, that nigga took too long, you hear me? But I'm going to have to say this, man. The 1% of people who rule the world, they knew how to get people, you hear me? Keep them working, keep them busy, keep them turned, keep dope in the neighborhood, put a liquor store on, keep their body, keep their mind. Because people don't understand how strong the human mind is and how strong the human conscience is. And when people lock in and realize that, now they're gonna realize we've been bamboozled this whole time, you hear me? Like we've been around this whole time. Excuse me, not even knowing that's what they didn't want us to catch on to. It ain't got nothing to do about race. It ain't got nothing to do about color. All they got to do with is the what is called, not the indigenous, but the degenerates, like the people who they feel don't deserve to know the power of the human mind and the conscience and the different layers of the earth and all of that. Because people say there's levels to this. It ain't levels. It's layers to this, you hear me? And once you get to peeling back them layers, life never goes back to the same, man. That's why some people just detach from being around. Like, you ain't trip off how Dave Chappelle, after he got offered that $50 million, however much, he left and he went away. That man stay on a farm all the way out in the boondocks by himself with his wife, you hear me? Cause he got to peeling back them layers of life, you hear me? And he realized that it ain't shit that's really real out here, you hear me? Like, everything that they be trying to throw in our face, like, take this, do this, you know, work hard, put your kids in public school, do this, do that, you hear me? That ain't where it's at. All the knowledge that you learn is in man itself, you hear me? And I'm gonna get into that on another topic, but all the knowledge that you need to learn, it ain't even in man, you hear me? It's in the outdoors, the sun, the moon, astrology, the water. Like, it's in different layers. It's like different layers to it, you hear me? I ain't saying keep your kids out of school. I'm saying beware of what they teaching your kids in school at the same time, you hear me? Because school don't do nothing but get your kids prepared for military or jail. What's the first thing they teach you in school? How to line up, right? Yeah, so what's they telling you? They teaching your kids how to line up. You're either going to be in that child hall getting lined up, or you're going to be left, right, left. You see what I'm trying to tell you? That's the only two things that school get you prepared for, is military or the prison system, you hear me? And that's not right. But at the same time, I'm not nobody. I'm not God and nothing like that. So I'm not nobody to try to make you dictate what you do with your kids and nothing like that, you hear me? Like, I went to a public school. I'm okay, but I also found out the hard way about what a conscience is, you hear me? Now back to that, like they like, it's very rare people who be on the outside and catch on about that conscious stuff and put forward and start trying to speak the truth about it. Yeah, people get Malcolm X and all that, but this ain't about that, you hear me? Like it's more people that's locked up in prison who doing life without, who catch on with that conscious stuff, then they try to school the next brother and hope that the message they plant seeds in people and stuff like that, hoping that they grow, not even knowing some of them seeds, the seeds be right, but the soil don't be right, you hear me? If you understand what I'm trying to tell you, the seeds be right, but the soil don't be right. Or the seeds be right, the soil be okay, but the sun don't shine on that object. You hear me? Meaning he can. The seed that he planted was alright. The person that he put it in was mediocre. But when he got out in society, on him, you hear me? They ain't give him enough sun, you hear me? He stayed in the dark too long, so that plant didn't bloom, you hear me? Not even knowing. He could have went out there and got around the right people, and that plant would have bloomed, you hear me? And that's another thing. When you going through your conscience and all that, it's not good to be around anybody. It's good to separate yourself, detach from emotions, detach from reality, detach from a TV, detach from a phone, get your mental downloads. Once you get them mental downloads, man, that shit's so beautiful, man. Once you find out that a brain is just like a phone, you hear me? If you caught on to that thing when I say they turned God's gift into a cell phone, and I ain't talking about it's a cell, but I ain't talking about like a cell. I'm talking about, you know, words or a spell. I'm talking about SALE, a cell, and then a cell, CEL, like the cells we got in our body, meaning they took a conscious and turned it into something that they could sell, make profit off of, you hear me? And once you learn how a phone work and how a conscious work, then you will be at the top tier, you hear me? You're going to be smart once you learn that, you hear me? But basically meaning people don't need cell phones, you hear me? People don't need cell phones at all to catch downloads I heard out this universe, you hear me? That's something that they want to block your receptors on and stuff like that. That's why I tell people unseen is seen and see the unseen, you hear me? With that, man, that's Humble Knowledge 2.0. I'm up out of here, man.